Friends, good morning all. In this video, we are going to discuss Strange Meeting, which was written by Wilfred Owen. Wilfred Owen. Wilfred Owen was best known as a war poet. Okay, he was an English poet and soldier, renowned for his vivid and poignant poetry that highlighted the horrors of World War One. So he was born on March 18th, 1893 in Worcestershire, Shropshire, England. Owen was the eldest of four children in a modest family. His early education and love for literature were shaped by his mother, Susan Owen, who always guides him to write poetry. So under her guidance, uh, he explored his literary career. Susan Owen, who always encouraged his literary interests. Owen enlisted in the Artist Rifles Officers Training Corps in 1915 and was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Manchester Regiment in 1916. Owen's poetry began as romantic. Initial days, he used to write romantic poems, but later it dives into the clear or vivid portrayal of war. So, but it evolved into stark and realistic portrayals of war. He wrote some of his best known poems during 1970 and 98. It's the period of First World War One, from 1914 to 1918, including Dolls of Decoromist, Anthem for a Doomed Youth, and Strange Meeting that we are going to discuss today. Wayne returned to the front in August 1908 and was killed in action on November 4, 1918. He was just killed before 1 week of the end of the war. So it was during the crossing of Chambre-Oise Canal, just a week before armistice. Wayne is regarded as one of the greatest war poets whose work conveys the pity of war and challenges its glorification. Acha, do you think that brings glory? No, it only kills people. It only causes destruction, devastation. So we don't think it's something that gives us honor, because his poignant description of battlefield and the psychological torment of soldiers continue to resonate, making him a central figure in the English literature. Historical background. Wilfred Owen wrote Strange Meeting in 1918 during World War One, a time of great suffering and destruction. Owen served as a soldier and experienced the horrors of the war, which inspired his poetry. So, as he was a soldier in First World War One, he just wrote his own experiences, the real truth of war, and the conflict, the internal turmoils of the soldiers, those faced during that period, during that unresting devastation. So in Strange Meeting, the poem starts with a soldier who seems to have escaped the battlefield and enters a dark, strange place. Uh, because that dark place is symbolized as hell. After death, that soldier meets another ghost of an enemy soldier he had killed in the battle. The first soldier killed the second person. In that dark place, he met the ghost of the second one. The ghost tells him that they share the same suffering, though they were enemy in war. But in reality, they are not enemy of each other, because they have same suffering. Both have same pain, because both are victims of the same pointless war. Poet reflects the war as pointless. He says that war is unnecessary because even after their death, they don't consider themselves as they are enemy of each other. Because in war also, it's possible of having a good relation, having a good companionship, so it's unnecessary and pointless, according to Wilfred Owen. The ghost forgives the soldier and for killing him, though The first soldier killed the second one never complained. Rather, he forgave the first soldier, that even though they were enemies in life, but now they are united in death. This reflects, it's Owen's belief that the war doesn't take lives, it also causes sad pain and loss for everyone involved. Because those who have participated in the war got only pain, suffering, numerous of massacres that brought grief to their intimate ones, to their closed ones. Actually, this war is pointless in the view of our revered poet Wilfred Owen. So the soldier realizes that the war isn't glorious or heroic. The war is really not glorious. It only brings destruction. It brings wastage of human potential. It brings death of numerous soldiers, those involved in this destruction process that we called so-called heroic war. Next, we have key themes. First one is the pointless of war. The poem shows that the war causes pain and suffering with no real purpose or glory. Sad suffering. Both soldiers, even though they fought on opposite sides, both soldiers were from opposite sides, but yet they experienced the same pain and loss, showcasing they are human and they are connected in their suffering. War causes deep emotional and physical damage as seen through the meeting of living soldier and the ghost of the enemy. Let's discuss the structure of this poem. It's written in unrhymed iambic pentameter. Unrhymed means it's written in free verse or blank verse. The poem has a flowing conversational quality, mirroring the speaker's introspection. Conclusion. So, Strange Meeting is a deeply moving exploration of the horrors of war, because war is always horrible for both the enemies, and the bonds that unite humanity and even in conflict. Though its surreal and reflective narrative when critiques the senseless violence of war and calls for understanding and reconciliation. That's why the poet says the war is really pointless. It only causes destruction, it only causes devastation for both the party, because the soldiers, though fight with each other only for political pressure, only for for their government, those insist them for this destruction process, though they intentionally didn't want to hurt each other, because they are not enemies in real life, but due to pressure, due to political upheaval, they had to take their own lives. So I hope you all have understood this poem. If you feel it really important for your exam point of view, please do like, subscribe if you haven't, and give your feedbacks in the comment section. Have a good time.